Kiss of Life's Julie has now apologized for a racial slur from a past video. We've talked a lot about Kiss of Life on this channel already, especially praising their accomplishments even before debut. However, if you've seen Julie's training video when she was in the Black label, you know that while she was covering B.O.B's Strange Clouds, she also included the N-word that was in the lyrics. This came back to light when the girls recently made their debut, with many people calling her out, especially as an English speaker who grew up in America, demanding she addresses it. Well, Julie has now taken to their official Twitter, writing that without paying attention, she sang the original lyrics of the song, which she deeply regrets. During her 6 years of training, she has educated herself and matured. She sincerely apologizes and is determined to be more cautious and meticulous in the future. A lot of you guys brought this up previously, but as always, I was waiting for an official response like this before talking about it, just like the Stray Kids situation. For those who haven't seen it, after weeks of posts from an anonymous Chinese account threatening to permanently harm some of the Stray Kids members by using a laser, fans who attended their recent fan sign in China were yelling trying to warn the guys when long-range lasers were seemingly spotted being pointed at Bangchan and Felix, even at the driver of the car they were in. But before I dive any deeper, just like with everything else I choose to include, I'm waiting for it to be addressed by someone like the company or the guys with verifiable information. FYI, I'm doing the same with the allegedly leaked messages involving GOT7's JB and the threats targeting ATEEZ's Seonghwa. Something we can talk about is the news regarding BTS's Jin, as it was initially reported by a Brazilian news outlet and has now exploded in Korea as well. A 21-year-old student had her phone snatched away at a bus stop, but when the criminal looked at the phone and saw a photo of Jin in a military uniform, he presumably thought it was her boyfriend or someone close to her who was in the military, gave her back the phone, and ran away. While I'm not sure we'll ever see that person get found and face any consequences, KCON has definitely been in some hot water lately for racist hiring requirements. It all started when a job listing for KCON USA was found, where the description requested only females 18 to 30, and what made people especially upset and uncomfortable were the ethnicity requirements of only Asian and white European descent. People compared this post to last year's, which for some reason differed with much broader requirements. It was only hours later after the outrage online that KCON put out a statement saying they had not authorized nor do they endorse the posting and strongly denounced racism. They then later posted an additional statement explaining that it was discovered that one of its outside agencies hired another outside vendor who were the ones that created the quote egregious job posting. They have terminated their relationship with that vendor, take full responsibility, and apologized once again. Finally, we're ending the more serious portion of this video with some hiatuses and departures. Well wishes to the BOYZ Eric, who according to IST Entertainment is in the hospital after sustaining a back injury when he fell down the stairs while preparing for their concert. NCT Dream's Haechan will also be sitting out of Inkigayo after suddenly experiencing pain in his back and shoulder to prevent himself from getting injured any further. VERIVERY's YEONHO also had to sit out of their concert due to a tonsillitis diagnosis. Unfortunately, after being on hiatus since May of 2022 due to personal health issues, it has been announced that JINHA will conclude her Tri-B activities to focus on recovery. We also won't be seeing HANEUL in Saturday anymore after 5 years. She'll also be leaving the group due to personal circumstances, but the silver lining for fans here is that the girls will now be making their first comeback in over 2 years. And keeping the note of positive things to celebrate in K-pop, congrats to Stray Kids becoming the first K-pop group to ever headline Lollapalooza in Paris. BTS's Jimin, who is a well-known fan of the movie The Notebook starring Ryan Gosling, must be ecstatic because Ryan Gosling himself has now offered Jimin Ken's guitar from the Barbie movie because he acknowledges that Jimin wore this specific outfit first. Speaking of BTS, their official book in commemoration of the group's 10th anniversary has hit #1 on the New York Times bestsellers list and the first book written by a Korean author to do so. Previously, we talked about former M-Block's Thunder and former Gugudan Mimi revealing their 4-year relationship. Well, I didn't expect to see Thunder's sister Dara dancing with the couple to her new song in one frame. Along with her promotions, we have more comebacks and releases including The Rose. Of course, New Jeans Who has already achieved the second highest first-day sales of any girl group album ever with over 1.1 million sold. I'm still not over Super Shy yet, let alone the rest of the album. Congrats to NCT Dream also selling over 1 million album on its first day, and then over 3 million in 5 days, only the 4th album in history to do so within its first week. Jungkook's solo is still making history as well, now the first ever Korean solo artist to debut in the top 5 of the UK singles chart, 2nd artist overall, and you know who was the first? BTS themselves. Finally, all this talk about history, it has now repeated itself, because we all remember Jackson's viral reaction to Hwasa and JYP in 2019. Well, in 2023, we now have EXO's Dio's reaction to Hwasa.